You need to unmute yourself. There you go.
There we go. I think he needs muted me. So, I hope you're all doing well, folks, tonight. I'm having a glass of wine in celebration, really, tonight, because we've had a massive week. We've had an absolutely massive week in the business. So if you business partners that are on the call, you'll fully appreciate that we have had a huge week. From a customer point of view, people have taken advantage of the Black Friday, and now we're moving into Cyber Monday, I think they're calling it, which finishes Tuesday night. In fact, Wednesday morning, 5 a.m. for us. So you've still got time. If you've not got your 3 for free yet, you still have got time to take advantage of this great deal, what the company have put on. And I always recommend making calls. Make some phone calls, ask people to support your business and take advantage of a superb deal. You know, sending messages out is great, but it's very easy for people to ignore messages and Facebook Messenger and so on. So for you guys that are guests on the call tonight, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the company. I'm going to tell you about direct sellers briefly. I'm not going to get into too much detail tonight, because when we start talking about the compensation structure, it can get a little bit confusing if this is your first exposure. And I always say that a confused mind does absolutely nothing. If anything, a confused mind goes into retreat. So we don't want to give you all the terminology and the numbers and percentages and all that kind of stuff tonight. The person that invited you to the call will spend time one-to-one with you about that kind of stuff if that's what you really want to know. So I'm just going to put on a screen share for you. And we have got an announcement tonight as well, folks, by the way, which I will get to when I've finished this presentation. So this is Direct Sellers, and this is the company's mission. So the company was founded in 2014, very small time internet wine club, and the company had around 150 members. The retention rate was 99%. So that's the first clue. If you're looking at this from a business point of view, your first clue is that 150 members, 99% retention rate. So that tells us that, well, it tells me that the product is certainly high quality. To retain that amount of members, I think is superb. The company turned to the word-of-mouth network marketing model in April 2016, and since then the company's grown phenomenally and kept a very high percentage retention, which I'll talk to you about very shortly. The mission is simply to help people experience new wine. So the way it works is the wine that gets shipped out to you every single month is chosen for you by the company's expert, the wine whisperer, Jerry Greenfield, and his team of sommeliers who have got over 200 years combined experience in wine. So it saves us a job going to the supermarket, picking and choosing, or going to the wine merchants and trying to decide what we're going to pick this week. It's already done for you. You don't have that little stress. There's some numbers here. I'm not going to, and I never like to read off the slides word for word, so I'll let you just take a look at those numbers if you are a numbers person. I think one of the big ones on this slide for me is wine is actually the preferred alcoholic drink of 60% of UK adults. So that's a large amount of the population that are consuming wine as their chosen alcoholic drink. And we're certainly in the right place at the right time, with this being a brand new opportunity to the UK as well. So this is from a network marketing point of view. Over 103 million people take part in this industry globally. So this is a real business. Some of my friends, family members even say to me, what is that thing that you do? You know, I don't get it. Is it one of them things or whatever? Well, there's 103 million people globally that are taking part, and there's £150 million in commissions being paid out every single day. So yes, it is a real business. It is a real business model. And the only way that those commissions are paid out is by product being moved to the marketplace. So in a way, it's got some similarities to traditional business, but in my opinion, this is just better because it's very low risk in terms of your financial investment. And you don't need to set up a shop or a bar or a restaurant or anything like that. You don't have to get tens of thousands of pounds in debt to set up this kind of business. For our business in particular, it's less than 200 quid to get started. So very minimum, very low risk, and you've got an opportunity to go on and create some great wealth. Again, some more facts and figures for you on this slide. I think the important one for me when I look at this is the 84% of people say that they will trust a recommendation or a referral from a friend, a family member or a colleague and such like that. So basically, 84% of people that you speak to, particularly if they enjoy wine, there's a big chance that they're going to take on board your referral and your recommendation. So, you know, the more people we speak to, the more chance we're going to get people acquired as customers and subscribe to the club, which generates obviously free wine for us as business partners and also a side income as well moving forward. So this slide's great, and the reason it's great is because it's just giving you an example of how the world really is changing. So Facebook, everybody's familiar with Facebook. It's got billions of users globally, and Facebook create no content. It's all been put on by us, the consumers. And that's a huge business. So the world's largest accommodation provider, Airbnb, they don't own any property. Uber, you may have heard of Uber, a large taxi firm in the US and quite big down in London, although there's been some recent debate in London about Uber, but they own no cars. And Alibaba, the biggest retailer in the Far East, they don't carry no stock. And what's that got to do with direct sellers? Well, us as business partners, we do not hold or carry any stock. We don't need an alcohol license. We don't need to hold stock in our garage or wherever. We just simply refer people and we sell the subscription to the club and we get rewarded. And that's how it's work. That's how it works. So that's what this slide is implying for us. So this slide's really impressive. So as I mentioned previously, direct sellers turned to the word of mouth or networking business model in April 2016 officially. Since then, the company's gone on to grow by over 30,000 members. And the retention rate is still up above 90%. So for me, that's two huge clues that the company is using the right business model, and also the product is of a very high standard. To grow by that many numbers in around 18 months and retain 90% of the consumers, I think is pretty impressive, to say the least. In traditional business, you would be very happy with that. In the network marketing space, that is unheard of. So this is very, very exciting from a numbers point of view, in my opinion. And there's just some leadership guys on here. So you've got Kevin Ralston and Peter Sperling, the CEO and president. Those two guys are in Australia as we speak, looking to open up Australia, get the business set up in Australia so that we can launch over there in the first quarter of 2018. Germany is already on the map for 2018. Business already opened in Germany. It's just a case of dotting the I's and crossing the T's before we can officially open in Germany. And then we've got Peter Jensen and Johnny Gilbert, two absolutely awesome, down-to-earth guys who have made millions from the network marketing space and built teams of hundreds of thousands of business partners around the globe. So those two guys know what it takes to build a business in the network marketing space. So we're in great hands. We're working with some very down-to-earth, fantastic people. I've had the pleasure of meeting these gentlemen all personally, and I can honestly tell you, folks, that we're in great hands, and these are just genuine, down-to-earth people who have got the interests of the company and the club at heart. So we're in great hands. This is the president, and this is just a quote from him. I'm not going to read it word for word, but the important thing at the bottom of this is, if you're looking at direct sellers from a consumer point of view or a business point of view, one of the great things that I love is that the company really back the standards of service and the product by saying if you're not happy with a particular product that gets sent out to you, they'll send you a replacement. So I think that gives me a lot of faith and a lot of belief that the company are going to send out great products every single month. And that's what's happened up to press. Everything that they've been sending out has been nothing short of superb. I don't normally like Shiraz, but I'm drinking a Shiraz tonight. It's called the Big Mo, and it's superb. I'm really enjoying that Shiraz. And like I said, I'm not normally a fan of Shiraz red wines, but that one is pretty spectacular. This is the Wine Whisperer, Jerry Greenfield. And basically, when you join as a business partner with direct sellers, not only do you get great wine, opportunity to make money, wine shipped out to your door with food pairing notes and so on, but you get access to this guy. And it's often underestimated just how great of a perk that is of being part of this club, because Jerry Greenfield, known as the Wine Whisperer, his knowledge on wine is superb, and he shares that with us every single week. He's got a podcast, he's got videos online on the back office, so you've pretty much got access to your own wine educational program. And for me, I think that's superb, because I'm absolutely a novice when it comes to wine. I know the business model of home-based business network marketing. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in that, but I'm pretty experienced in it. But when we've got a guy like Jerry Greenfield, it gives somebody like me who is a novice when it comes to wine the opportunity to learn and experience and understand wine on a bit more of a deeper basis, which is really, I think that's really cool and a great program as part of being a member of the club. Some more facts and figures for you folks. Again, not going to read them word for word. I think the interesting one on the left-hand side there, we're up 13% in consumer spending on alcoholic drinks in the UK now. Some people might say, well, that's a negative, and I would tend to agree if it's abused. But I think consumed in moderation, I don't think there's a problem with it, particularly with a product like wine, which is a little bit more sophisticated. You can enjoy it with your food. Me and Claire had a steak tonight, so we cracked open the Big Mo, and it's just great. So, you know, anything in moderation, I believe, is great to enjoy. So we're going to talk to you briefly, very briefly tonight about the compensation plan and the overview. So there's 5 great ways in which we get paid with direct sellers. The first one is the free wine. So if you refer 3 people to the club, you're going to get your wine for free, whether you're a business partner or a consumer or a customer. If you refer 3 other people, you're going to get your wine for free the following month. If those guys remain subscribed to the club, you're going to continue to get your wine for free. So that's the first cool way in which we get rewarded. The second way is what's called a fast start bonus. So for every single person you refer to the club, you're immediately going to get an £80 commission if you're in the UK. £80 as soon as you enrol a business partner to this club. If that partner chooses to upgrade, there's an upgrade opportunity, which I'll tell you about in a second. You're going to get an additional £100. So that's the fast start bonus. I think that's great. So basically, if you introduce one person a month, you're going to earn a minimum of £80 a month. If you've referred 3 customers, you're going to get free wine as well. So £80 a month additional plus free wine. I think that's not a bad little bit of pocket money. Not a bad little perk for a monthly income, and obviously to get the free wine. The bigger incomes are available. So when you start to build a team of business partners and build a network of people who go on and promote this club as well, you're eligible for other ways in which we get paid. So you've got the dual team pay, which is where you basically build 2 sales teams, and you're going to get paid a commission based on the lower performing sales team every single week. We've got the uni level pay, which is going to pay you down through 9 generations of people. And what I mean by that is, if I introduce Claire and Claire introduces Paul, that's me 2 generations deep. The uni level pay is going to pay you down through 9 levels, and it's going to pay you between 2 and 10% in commissions on all the levels. The check match bonus, I really love. The check match bonus is basically going to reward you for helping other people make money. So if I help you make X amount this month, the check match bonus is going to pay me 10% of whatever you earn this particular month. That's how the check match bonus works. So there's this is what I mean, folks, by if you're brand new to the call. If I get into the compensation plan right now, talking about ranks and titles and percentages, levels, binary, and all these words, you're probably going to get a little bit confused. I have done recently a compensation plan overview, which is on my YouTube channel. If anybody wants access to that, reach out to the person that invited you to this call, and they will get that video to you so you can listen to this explained in more detail. The check match I've already touched on. You can earn between 3 and 10% in commissions through 4 generations. So again, if I introduce Claire, that's level 1. Claire introduces Paul, that's level 2, and so on, down through 4 levels. And you're going to earn between 3 and 10% match of what people on those levels earn on a monthly basis. This is the most important part for me, creating a culture. Creating a culture with direct sellers, having fun, having a social once a week, once a fortnight, sharing the great wine, bringing new people to experience the club and making it an enjoyable experience. For me, being a member of this club, this is one of the most valuable parts of it. Some people like to try and build these kind of businesses online. 1 or 2 people might be able to do it to a great standard, but typically the masses, they can't do the online thing, particularly with a product like wine. It's such a social product anyway, what naturally brings people together. So we want to be doing the social events and meeting up once a week or once a fortnight or even once a month, getting together and enjoying each other's company and enjoying great wine. That's how this business will be built. The people that are in the trenches, as I like to call it, out doing the socials and out doing the business, they're the people that are going to have the real success in direct sellers. There's 2 ways of getting started. Well, there's actually 1 way of getting started. You've got the premium wine lover package, but after 7 days, you've got the opportunity to upgrade to the elite package, which is what you see on the right-hand side. So the way it works is like this. For £200, well, £199.95, that gets you partnered with direct sellers. You get 3 bottles of premium wine sent out to your door. You get a 25% discount off any future case orders, and you get a full online business services package. So that is basically an online office where you can order the wines, you can see the growth of your team, you've got the Wine Whisperer and all that program on there, and also you become a member of a fantastic club. 7 days later, the opportunity to upgrade is going to cost you another £299.95. This is not compulsory. It is not compulsory. I think it's worthwhile doing, because if you want to start launching your business and you want people to start experiencing the wine, you're probably going to need more than 3 bottles. In all honesty, if you're a wine lover, you're probably going to get rid of them 3 bottles yourself in the first week anyway. So the upgrade is going to give you an additional 9 bottles of wine, and you're going to get a huge 50% discount on any future case reorders. And on the back of that, you're going to get access to exclusive events moving forward. So there may be, given an example, there may be a convention in Vegas in February. There may be a wine reception, a champagne reception, where you get access to it if you're an elite member of the club. So that's the kind of perks that also come with the upgrade. But like I said, folks, it is absolutely not compulsory. You get training and support. We're going to give you a little bit of training after this, and a little bit of celebration, like I mentioned before, about the success we've had in the previous week or so. You've got company literature. You've got like a resources section on your own back office, and there's so much on there, folks, that you really are given the best opportunity to succeed if you want to buy into it. The customer referral program. So we appreciate the business is absolutely not for everybody, but you can join as a member for £54.95. That's going to get you 3 bottles a month, hand selected by the Wine Whisperer and his team, shipped out to your door. And folks, I really got to emphasize that these are not your standard wines. These are not your supermarket shelf wines. These are not just your average kind of wines. These are high-end, exclusive premium wines that have been hand selected from small batch production wineries all across the globe. We've got partnership with 2,000 small batch wineries, so you're going to get the best of the best. Those kind of wineries focus on quality, and obviously the priced according to that. In my opinion, the price very well for the product that we're getting. You've got the option to join as a Club 6 member, which is £89.95 at the moment until 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. You've got the opportunity to purchase the Club 6 for the price of the Club 3. So if you're not a business partner yet, or you're not a member yet, there's a superb deal on that lasts until 5 a.m. Wednesday morning, where you can get 6 bottles for the price of 3 shipped out to your doorstep. So that's a 3 for free program. That makes you eligible for the 3 for free program, which is basically where, as a customer, if you refer 3 of your friends, you bring them to one of the socials, which are part of the membership. You bring 3 of your friends to a social and they register with the club and subscribe, you're going to get your wine for free moving forward as well as a customer. So that's what it's all about, folks. We're just looking to discover wine, learn about new wine, make a bit of money. That's optional. There's opportunities to travel. We've got a big convention in Vegas. We had one in New York back in October. So, these things are happening in the Big Apple in America, and they will be happening in the UK over the next 12 months without a doubt. And you can work from anywhere, folks. You can have a social in your living room, a hotel, at a bar, a restaurant, wherever you want to do it. You can work this business, and the great thing is that we have fun while we're doing it. So on that note, before I pass it over to Paul, we have got an announcement tonight, and I think it's quite a big announcement. Some people on the call will think it's great and will be really pleased to know about it, and some people might not be all that fussed. But we've talked about it now for a while, about a launch event, what we're going to be having in Leeds on the 27th of January. I can confirm to you now that the Eventbrite for that is up. We've got the, let me just bob this on for you so you can see. We've got the flyer up and running, and we are good to go, folks. So these tickets are now available on Eventbrite. I'm about to press post in the Facebook group. So these tickets are going to be available with immediate effect after this call. Well, as soon as I finish speaking and pass over to Paul, these tickets are going to be available. And get this, folks, they're only £10 per ticket for members. So if you're a member of the club, let me just give you a quick example here on the pricing. Me and Claire, it's going to cost us £20. It's going to cost us £10 each. We are one distributor, you know what I mean? So if you're a member and you're doing this with your wife or your spouse, it's £10 per person. However, if you want to bring customers along, you've got current customers or people who want to look at the business opportunity, they are free. You can bring guests and customers to this absolutely free, folks, and it's only going to cost you £10 as a business partner. So that's an absolute steal. The event's going to be at the Queen's Hotel in Leeds. It's a great old hotel, a classic old hotel in the centre of Leeds, right on the train station. So you can literally get off the train and it's going to take you probably less than a 3-minute walk to get to the hotel. The event's going to run from 2 p.m. while 6 p.m. The format is going to be business presentation, recognition, training, and then there's going to be a big social at the back end of that, folks. So we're going to have a great day planned, a real opportunity for us all to get together, celebrate the success, and really kick off 2018 with a bang, as well as bringing guests and customers to see the bigger picture as well. So, Paul, I'm going to throw it right back over to you, mate, and I'm going to press post in the UK DC Wine Gang group and get this link out to everybody tonight so they can register for the event in Leeds.
Thanks, mate. Thank you, as always. You're not seeing things. You can see a Christmas tree in the background. I think Tara thinks that we're a month on from what we actually are, or she's either celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas. So our Christmas tree has been up for 1 day already, and it will be coming down in a week. Yeah, I'm hoping for those of you guys that are on the call tonight for the first time or that are looking at this for the first time, something's going on in your head that excites you about this. And if you're listening to this for more than the first time, second time, third time, but you've not yet made a decision whether to become a customer or a business partner yet, I hope that you're closer to deciding where you want to go. Because in 8 days' time, it would have been a year ago since I decided to say yes to direct sellers. And it's been a very quick year. It's gone very, very fast. It's been very, very exciting. But the decision I made 12 months ago was a decision that I made based on a conversation that I had with a mate of mine 2 years previous to that. And I've been in and out of networking for about 4 years now. I've had some success, but I wouldn't say I'm successful. I certainly don't do this full time. I've been up at 5 o'clock this morning doing my day job. I'm back up at 5 o'clock every morning for the rest of the week. But I love the concept of being able to help people from all different walks of life, with all different backgrounds, and helping people in some way, shape or form, whether it be to help people create time and or financial freedom. And so the conversation I had with a mate of mine a few years ago was, how good would it be if we had a network marketing company where the product was wine? How much different would it be to talk to people about a business where the product was wine? How much more fun could we have doing it? How much more social would it be? And how much more successful would it be in the UK? Because it would be completely different to any other company out there. And my previous is a health and wellness company, and we all know how big the health and wellness industry is out there. We also know how big the wine industry is, but how many companies do we know that have got a network marketing model whereby we can help people save money on the wine that they buy, but we can also help them earn an additional income stream by doing it? And so I joined, it was the 5th of December 2016, and 2017's been historic because we've created something very, very special and something that I've never, ever seen before in network marketing. And for me, that's team unity. It's a country that's come together to support each other, to help each other. And whether or not your goal is to create an additional £300 a month, whether it's a £500 a month, whether it's £1,000 a month or £2,000 plus, or whether it's just to become a customer and enjoy the premium wines that we've got. And again, I'm trying one tonight for the first time. I've actually been on a health and fitness kick the last 6 weeks myself, so I haven't really drunk, and I've been really good to myself. I've lost 23 pounds in doing so. But the wines that we've got are of a very high quality. Now, these wines average between like 15 and 25 pound a bottle. But as Ben said, it's not just about the wine. It's not a case of become a customer, get your wine, drink it, let me know how you get on. There's a whole program attached to that. And what we've seen over the last 7 days or so is that we've had a number of wine socials where I've got to meet, and Ben's got to meet various different people that have traveled like near and far for various different locations and be part of these wine socials. Now, yes, the product is very important, but the social side is just as important. And what we've found is that we've seen people networking, seen people create new friendships, we've seen people get business away from wine, and it's given them a chance to switch off from their day jobs or have a few hours out from the house and the kids and just enjoy themselves. Now, other various networking companies where you go out and about and you go to a presentation and someone's at the front of a room with a whiteboard, or you've got to go and sit down and be quiet for 25 minutes and watch a DVD. Majority of people switch off because they're bored. They're thinking about what else they need to do. They're thinking about their day job. They're thinking about the emails or the phone calls or the text message they've got to reply to once that event's finished, or they're doing it while the event's going on, and it takes away their concentration from what they're there for. And what I've found, and I'm sure Ben agrees with me here, what I've found is that every single person is fully engaged with what we're doing with these wine socials. Now, the reason that I got into this company was just because of that. It was the product. But what I've found over the last 12 months is that we've got a leadership in place. And one of the ladies is on this phone call right now from the States. We've got a leadership in place where I've not seen anything like it. We've got the best leadership in the world, in my opinion. We've got people that would bend over backwards to help anyone. It doesn't matter if you're up line, down line, cross line. That they would do anything to make the team win. And as Ben went through the presentation, he spoke about the founders and the leaders. Now, in previous companies, I've got to see founders, but I've never got to have conversations with them because it's always been a them and us. Well, I've got a very good friendship and a very good relationship with every single one of those founders and also the president. Now, again, that's something that I've not had before. So I've got so much belief in what these guys are doing and the mission that they're currently on. I'm working with a group of people, many of who are on this call tonight, that I've not had the privilege of working with before. And all these people, again, are from different walks of life, from different backgrounds, have all got their own stories to tell. But what we've created over the last few weeks, and especially over the last 7 days, as I said, is that unity. And we brought in 43 customers alone yesterday in one day. The 5 days previous to that, we've averaged between 15 and 20 new customers. Now, for those of you that have been in network marketing before and are looking at this for the first time, we know that network marketing is based on a strong customer model. We know that without customers, there is no business model. So we've got a product that 90% of the country probably drink as long as they're over the age of 18. And we know that they're going to enjoy it. So why not offer the people the chance that whether it's friends, family, colleagues, enemies even, why not offer them the chance to try these good quality premium wines that you've tried yourself by now? Give them the opportunity to get some wine in before Christmas, help them get their 3 for free. So anyone that orders their wine this month, if you get 3 friends or family members or colleagues to try the wine as well, you've then got free wine next month. So you can have free wine over the Christmas table, over the dinner table at Christmas even. Now, we're in a time of the year that the alcohol gets drunk. We know that. And we also know that when it comes to Christmas, people spend more money on alcohol and wine in particular, because it's the one time of the year that they can relax, they can enjoy some downtime with their friends and their family and try different wines out that they would normally spend during the year. So this is a perfect time to get out there and share this opportunity. So we hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight. We hope that it's given you a little bit more excitement. We have got 3 events or 3 wine socials running this week. We've got one on Wednesday in Worthing, and we've got 2 on Thursday, one in Hull and one in Ilford in Essex. So again, if you're listening to this call tonight and you've got people in and around those areas, or if you're in and around those areas, come along to one of them and just see for yourself just how relaxed it is. Just see how much fun we have, and invite some friends and invite some family members along. It's all free and you get to try some good quality wines. I'll be at the Worthing and the Ilford ones, and Ben will be in Hull on the Thursday night. So, as I said, we hope you've enjoyed this this Monday night. We hope you've got some value from it. We are back each and every Monday night at the same time on the same link. So for those guests that are on tonight, for those of you that have joined tonight, that is our opportunity call finished. For those that are on the team, for those that are in the team already, we're just going to spend a little bit more time with you guys running forward, because as I said, we have changed the night of our team call now from Thursday to Monday. So guys, for anyone that's jumped on tonight as a prospect, for anyone that's just looking for this at the first time, that is our opportunity call completed for tonight. As I said, we appreciate you guys jumping on. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and have a fantastic week. And we will hopefully see you guys very soon, either at a wine social or at the event in Leeds. But for those that are in the business, as I said, we're going to spend a little bit of time, not too much time, because we know time's precious. But there's just a few things that myself and Ben wanted to go through this evening and touch upon, and especially recap from what's happened over the last few days. So what did you want me to crack on, or did you want to come back to you?
Well, just before you crack on, mate, I just want to say Thomas Lover has not messed about. He's just got his tickets for Leeds already. So that is commitment right there, Tom. Well in, mate. Appreciate that, Tom. We want to make a big push for that Leeds event, folks. The room holds about 150 to 200 people in the format that we're setting it up. So we would like to have 100 team members there, and then just bring as many guests as you can. Bring as many guests as you can. Let's pack that room out, make it a very special occasion for every one of us, and let's really launch into 2018. Obviously, before that, we've still got a shitload of work. Still got a lot of work to do. Sorry, folks. We've still got a lot of work to do up to Christmas. You know, we've probably still got a lot of work to do between now and 5 a.m. Wednesday morning, because that's when the Black Friday deal runs until. So, what I want to talk about before I give it back to Paul is, I've jumped in front of you here, Paul, but I'll just get it off my chest while I'm on, and then I'll just give it back to you, mate. So the big thing for me, right, is I spoke to a lady the other day, and she weren't having much success. We're getting customers and all the rest of it. And we just had a chat about the hearts and the bankers. Now, if you remember, you guys that have been in it a while, we took Leslie Cummins' training, which were a 10-step training, and we broke it right down just to 5 simple steps. Piece of cake to follow. And if you've not seen it yet, please reach out to. In fact, if you've not seen it yet, go in the files on the Facebook group, and it's in there, the 5 steps what I've put together. And the reason I've kept it like that is because it's very easy to learn, it's very easy to apply, and it's very easy to teach. But it's the application part what we've got to get right. And there's a part on there what we took from Leslie's training, which talks about hearts, and hearts are basically people that love you and people that will support you. Now, I've also added something on there called the bankers. And the bankers are basically people that you know you're well within your rights to give them a ring and say, hey, listen, I started a new business. I'm looking for a favour back. And your bankers are typically people that you've helped out financially, emotionally. You've looked after the dog. You've picked the children up from school. You've lent them your car. You've done business with them. You've bought from these people. So these people, you know, you should be on the phone to these people and saying, look, you know, I've started a new business. I need your help now. Can you help me out and support me and take out a subscription for a month? We've got a great deal on. We've got a superb deal on at the moment that lasts 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. Why don't you jump on it, get some great wine in for Christmas. And this is a couple of things I said to a few of my friends who tried knocking me back. I got the old, I don't drink wine. You know, I don't really drink it. And I said, well, I don't really give a monkeys. Remember the time I did X, Y, or Z for you? I was about you to just repay me, give the wine away to your mum and dad if you don't want to drink it yourself. And sometimes you've got to be willing to be a little bit cheeky. And I know there's going to be people who you can't speak to like that, but there's going to be people in your bankers list, in your hearts list, who you can definitely speak to like that. And if you're willing to do that, your success rate will go boom through the roof. So again, for example, one of my best friends told me no, and I didn't take no. I said to him, mate, just support my business. Remember the time I did this or this for you? Nah, well, I don't really drink wine, mate, and you know, I last won't drink it. I said, I don't care. So 2 or 3 times in that one conversation, he tried telling me no, and then he bought from me. And guess what? He forgot to cancel his subscription, so he got the second month as well. But then after that, he did cancel. But you've got to be willing to do that, folks, with people on your list. And if you're not making lists, you probably want to just have a little revisit and have a think about how serious you are about the business. Because if you want to make this a success, you've got to do the uncomfortable things. And the uncomfortable things a lot of the time is picking the phone up and putting it to your ear. I like to do the FaceTimes. I've got that comfortable with asking people to support me or help me out now. I will make a FaceTime because I prefer to speak to people face to face, because not only can they hear my voice, they can see my expression and they can see the smile on my face and the little bit of cheekiness in my face and all the rest of it. And it makes it so much easier. If you just send a text message or a WhatsApp message or a messenger, your success rate is going to be poor. I promise you that. But as soon as you start picking up the phone, making the calls, doing the uncomfortable thing, and you can make it fun. Start with people that you like the best, your hearts and your bankers. Start with them people, because them kind of people are going to be people that care about you, think a bit about you. So when you put it on them a bit, you're not going to feel awkward, and they're not going to feel awkward. And they're not going to take offence, and you're not going to feel like you're offending somebody. So get on the phone to them kind of people, because when you practice on your hearts and bankers, it makes it so much easier moving forward when you've got friends of friends that you want to ask about the business. You know they drink wine, they like good wine, they like socialising. Your conversation is going to be easier then when you've worked through your hearts and bankers, because you've gone through the people that won't judge you for asking them awkward questions. And then when you get through your hearts and bankers, then it makes it a little bit easier, because you've done all that practice, made all them phone calls, and making sales beyond that makes it a little bit easier, folks. And whether we like it or not, we're selling subscriptions. People have said to me before, well, I don't really like sales. Well, unfortunately, we do sell subscriptions to a club, and that's part and parcel of what we've got to do. And when you get comfortable with that and you detach yourself from the outcome, don't get all tied up about the outcome, about, your friends told you no, or your mum's told you it's one of them things and you shouldn't even be involved with it or whatever. If you can detach yourself emotionally from whatever answer you're going to get, you will have much more success. And without sounding like a knob or blowing me on trumpet, that's why me and Claire have got a big customer base, because we don't care if people tell us no or, get lost, it's too expensive or whatever. We don't care. We don't care, because we don't attach ourselves emotionally to what response we're going to get. If it gets to a stage where it's a definite no, no problem. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week at pub, or I'll see you next week at rugby, or I'll see you at the gym, whatever it is, that's it. No need to feel awkward or uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, folks, we're in business to make money. And to make money, we've got to speak to people and ask people to buy off us. So that's all I really wanted to hit home, particularly while we've got this deal on until Wednesday morning, 5 a.m. Make some calls, folks. Don't be scared, and don't be upset when people tell you no. Don't take it personal. Just move on to the next one and keep grinding and keep working hard, and you'll have success, folks. Promise you that. Paul, I want to give it back to you, mate. See if you've got anything for everybody.
Thanks, mate. I'll just double what Ben said at the beginning. Thomas, congratulations for getting the first ticket for Leeds. That is what you call commitment. And again, I just, this week has just been absolutely unbelievable. And I spoke to a few of you, and I spoke to a few of the leaders, and I knew that going into the tour, like the UK tour, that this would be the beginning of big things. And I knew that once people had seen what we'd seen, and once people had actually really kind of understood exactly what direct sellers is all about, exactly what is on the table, and how much fun they could have doing it, I knew that the business would start to run and to go up. And for those of you that went to the Waldorf Hotel, it was a great event. It was a brilliant event, but many people probably thought that would be it until the launch. So to have that tour for us was fantastic. And I went to Bristol and Edinburgh, and I had great fun in both of them. But what we've created, and again, this is what we've created. It's what we've done, the people on this call and the people that can't make this call tonight. But away from the corporate side of things, we've done this. We've created our own success. We've created the events. We've ran the events. We've booked the venues. We've paid for the venues. We've supplied the wine. We've got the customers in. So every single person that's on this call tonight, and every single person that's part of that UK Wine Game group, give yourself a massive tap on the back, because the amount of customers that we've got on this week has been nothing short of phenomenal. And what I've loved is seeing people step up, is seeing the confidence raised in certain people, the posture in certain people, and people are now starting to believe in themselves. People are starting to believe in their own ability, and people are starting to actually believe that they've got their own wine business. That's exactly what we've got. We own our own wine business. And what frustrates me so much is that if people own a salon, or if people own a gym, or if people are a bricklayer or a carpenter or whatever else, they'll go out and they'll talk to everyone about, you know, if you want your nails done, come here. If you want to come to work out, come here. If you want, you know, if you want a wall built, you know, I'm your man. But when it comes to network marketing, people are afraid to talk to people that they know and that they've got a relationship with because they're scared of rejection. Now, you will get more no's than you will get yeses every single day of the week. I've had that for years. I'm sure Ben's had it more than me because he's been in it longer than me and had more success than me. But one thing that you can't ever do is quit on yourself, because you're going to end up back in the same position that you was before you decided to get involved, or you're going to end up worse off because you're going to feel more depressed, you're going to feel more stressed, you're going to feel more in a hole because you've invested money into something and it's not worked for you. Now, I've said this so many times before, we've been going for a few months. That's it. You know, we've not been going for 6 months yet. We've been going for a few months yet. Start to look at where this is going to be in 12 months' time. And I said this on a call the other night. In 12 months' time, we could have wine socials in London, in Manchester, in Berlin, in Hamburg, in Brisbane, in Adelaide, in Sydney, all on the same day. Because they're the countries that we're going to be opening in, plus an additional 3. They said by the end of 2018, we'll be in 5 new countries. Those people that goes to those events could be in your business. So when Ben's gone through the compensation plan on previous training calls, and he's talked about the the dual team pay and the other ways that we can get paid, they're massive. You know, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, maybe 2 years from now, one payment alone could be your mortgage payment. This is how big I see this. And I spoke about, I've done a live in the group last night, and I mentioned about how even now I'm getting pitched by other companies and getting offered money to go to other companies, and people telling me that their company's been established for X amount of years. I want to be in a company that establishes a company for X amount of years. I want to be the one that turns around to, you know, if we have kids, or to turn around to my brother's kids in 10 years' time and say to him, our company's been around for 10 years and I was involved like day one. I was the first person, or I was I was part of the leadership team that took the company from here to here. We're now, you know, we're now one of the largest companies in the UK. We're the largest wine club in the world. We have been for the last 8 to 10 years in a row. We're now opening in 10 to 15 to 20 countries. All these wine socials that are going on around the world right now. We've got 25 wine socials going on today around the world, and I've got people in my downline that are in every single country. You know, this is how big this can become. So use this week and use the energy that you've seen in the group. And many of you would have got emails every day. I mean, as I said, 43 emails I got yesterday from people getting customers. That's incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. So, you know, bravo to you. And like I said, every single person that went 3 for free and will be getting free wine in December, I'll be personally giving them a free bottle of wine. That was my commitment to the team. So what I'll do on Wednesdays, I'll put a post up for you guys to tag the names and whatever else, and we'll get those sorted out. So the company are on our side. The company want to support us, and they've now given us until Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. to get more customers in. So if you're on 2, get 3. If you're on 1, get 2. And if you're on none, get your first one, because confidence builds confidence. And once you've started, then those numbers will roll. And, you know, I do believe, and me and Ben had a fantastic call this morning. It's probably the longest we've spent on the call, to be honest. But we had a great call this morning, and we're 150% behind the company, behind each other, and behind you guys. We want to take this to the next level. And we've got so many events that we've still got to go until Christmas. We then want every single person to go away, to enjoy their Christmas, to spend time with their loved ones, to have a fantastic few days away from it all, to then come back fully recharged and ready to go and to make 2018 the best year that they've ever had. And, you know, I think that what we've got on the table at the moment and what's to come moving forwards, I really do believe that 2018 will be an incredible year for us all. It's not going to be all plain sailing, I can assure you that, but Germany already, you know, pretty much open. Kevin and Peter are out in Australia at the moment, meeting the girls on Wednesday for dinner, and then 3 other companies moving forward. So we need to pack these events out that we've got moving forward. So this week, I'm in Worthing on Wednesday night with Carl Brady. Carl's smashing that at the moment. I think we're very close to selling out that event on the Wednesday night. I'll then be over in Ilford on Thursday with Denny, and then Ben's going to be back in Hull with Claire on Thursday night. So let's work towards week to week. Let's get these events packed out. Use us. You know, we're here to help you, and not just myself and Ben, but all the other leaders. Use your uplines, use your downlines, use your cross lines. As I said, this is one team. We really are pulling together. We really are helping each other. I love the energy that's in the group at the moment. I love the interaction that's in the group at the moment. Everyone's welcoming everyone. Everyone's congratulating everyone, and that's the way that it should be, because confidence breeds confidence. And you know, we're just in the beginning of something that I know that's going to be absolutely massive moving forward. So, you know, congratulations to everyone that's got their free in December. But use this as a stepping stone. Don't kind of use this as a real high point to then kind of come down. We need to build platforms upon platforms. So that Leeds event now is in January. That's booked up. I'll be booking my tickets as soon as I get off the call tonight. That is going to be, it's an unofficial UK launch. So we just need to reiterate that is an unofficial UK launch. It's something we've put on ourselves. The company, you know, the guys won't be flying over, although we are trying to get someone over. But once the Vegas event is out the way, then all systems go for our official launch over here. So we will be having an uncorked event where PJ, Kevin, Johnny G, David, Peter Sperling will all be over, and I'm fairly certain that Nina and Austin will be over early part of 2018 as well. So, you know, good times, really good times. I'm pumped up. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. So, Ben, is there anything else that you want to...
Yeah, just another couple of quick shout-outs. Naomi Stevens, Becky Mitchell ×2, Donna Hadley, Fiona Coleman, and Shirley Howie ×2 all ordered their tickets for the Leeds event while we're on this call. So, folks, let's really make a big effort for that. Get your tickets. Just commit yourselves to it. We'll hopefully see a lot of you before that anyway. But let's just make that a spectacular event. And it's 2 while 6. And after that, we can maybe go out and have some drinks together as well and make a Saturday night of it. So I think that's all, Paul. Thanks, everybody, for joining. And get yourself to an event nearby.
Perfect. Guys, appreciate you all jumping on. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Let's crush this Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal. Get you free for free. And let's all have a great week like we did last week. So appreciate you all jumping on, and we'll catch you all very, very soon. Once I get off, I'll load this link up and I'll put it in the group. So watch out for that one. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Paul. Cheers, Ben.